Welcome to the household. Inside these walls, a hidden world awaits, a world of mysteries and marvels, of elegant balls and court intrigues, a world full of great dangers and even greater adventures. Embark on an amazing journey through vast rooms and hallways. Harness the power of contracts. You may be just a small little ink, but you still have a chance to make history. Get ready for the biggest adventures in the world's smallest RPG.
Yes. I don't know. I can hear you well, Rico, but on the chat, as always, they can't hear us. But wait a moment. This should be.
Welcome to the household. Inside these walls, a hidden world awaits, a world of mysteries and marvels, of elegant balls and court intrigues, a world full of great dangers and even greater adventures.
Okay, let's try again. Maybe this time it will actually work. Hi guys, sorry for
Second take.
for the delay. So hopefully this time you can hear me. Please let me know. Yes, okay, thank you. So as I was saying, just 24 hours after the launch of the Household collection on Kickstarter, we are back to take a look at what happened in the first day of the campaign, what we unlock, what we possibly will unlock next. We have a surprise. So first of all, I hope that you are all doing well. As you can see here in Rome, we are back in July. Basically, it's very hot right now.
While here in northern Italy, no, absolutely not. In fact, I saw Rico like 5 minutes ago. I said, wow, it's very hot over there.
We are
We are
into
already middle autumn over here.
yes. I think you can tell from our outfit that we live in very different sides of Italy. So, what happened yesterday? We launched together with you live the Household Collection 1 and 2 campaign on Kickstarter. What's the Household Collection campaign? It's basically a campaign that we are doing because we've been swarmed by people who missed the first campaigns, especially the Welcome to the Garden campaign, and are now looking for the stretch goal, the dice, the accessories, the boxes, all that stuff that will not actually go on retail, or it's not available on retail right now. It's the campaign is going great. I have to say we are a bit shocked that it's still holding up. It was, as we said yesterday, a very risky campaign because because as you know, first of all, there is no new stuff, no new books in this campaign, so we were unsure about doing this. And second, since this was a very last minute call to try and make everyone happy, it was very sorry, we had a very short
we got a very
period.
small window to
Yes.
do so and to warn so. As we stated yesterday, we are trying to do this now because we are starting production for the main household items to deliver it by the end of the year, and so it's the perfect time for us to increase the production if unfortunately, there are many people who still want to jump aboard and grab household books and boxes and accessories, etc., etc.
So yeah, it was
And
kind
there's
of
a very good illustration, like Gloria. It's true.
uh, this one. I have to say um, the art prints, yes. It's always something tricky. It's something that a lot of people are asking, but are asking for. But when we do our campaign, of course, the big box is already expensive. We don't want to weigh too much, and sometimes we don't want to unlock them at stretch goal either because it gets weird with the shipping, of these huge posters. So this time was actually the perfect time to try and do something different. But yeah, we're very happy with the strong start. Let's hope that it keeps going like this. It's going to be
Going
a
like
very
this.
short campaign, so
Yes.
it will be over in a little more than a week. But since the launch was so strong, we decided to try something today. We decided to announce a cool for me for us stretch goal, which is going to be extremely risky,
Yes.
giving the nature of the campaign and giving the nature of the stretch goal. But
Just right.
and giving the how time sensitive things are right now. But fingers crossed. Um, I think some of the people I see there's not too many of us today. It's kind of a small live stream, which might be good because it will be a nerve wracking reveal. So it's good that we
Yes.
don't cause too much panic today.
We don't have like people screaming at us.
First things first, yesterday we have unlocked the wallpaper collection. This is another thing that is extremely time consuming to do, but a lot of you are asking like wallpapers of the best art of household and wallpaper for your personal computers, your wallpapers for your smartphones, and so it's something that we decided to do as a first stretch goal. Again, not knowing how the campaign would go really. And then as a second stretch goal, we decided to add another print to the art collection. And this print was made especially for the print, but will also, I believe we are close to unlocked. I can consider it unlocked. We
We
have
have
three.
less than 5,000, 4,000 and something euros. So
We
yes, I think we can
so
safely assume that we, at a certain point, unlocked the 50k stretch.
and where is it? Here it is. You have seen it in preview, waiting for this live stream. It's the Battle of Frostwing. Per gli amici italiani, questa è la battaglia di Alaneve che conclude Household Volume 2. And this represents commander of the Furies, Morgana Astralta, the Amethyst Fury, that is who is facing Typhon, the snowy owl, during the Battle of Frostwing. So this will be featured in the art book, possibly, if the page count will allow it, it will go also on the Saga of the Long Winter or Winter Never Ends for 5e. And it will be a new print that will be either available for those of you who chose the Decorator Pledge, and it will be free in addition to the 6th print of the Patron Pledge, and in addition to the 6th print of the Art Collection add-on, I want to say. So I'm going to say
Art print collection.
Art collection.
add-on.
Yes, too many
It means
names
that
to
after
remember.
there's a lot of stuff going on. That means that after we reach the 50k goals, we will add a print. So will be 7 prints in both the complete art print collection add-on and in the Patreon pledge. I will try to manually add an item mid-course during the campaign, but I don't know if it's possible. Anyway, I will adjust the description in both items, so even people who could come after the unlocking will know that now there are 7 and not 6, not just 6 prints for them and for all of you that choose these items. Thank you, Glo. Your words will be very, very full of stuff.
I mean, so yeah, I really like, I said it with pretty much all the art by Daniela, but I think you can understand me. This is, of course, the Battle of Frostwing is a callback both in the lore of Household and in the artwork to the Battle of Quillwater, featuring the Swan. But when Daniela did the amazing piece of the White Dragon, the Swan fighting against the last ship, it was really a one-of-a-kind illustration, and it was very, very, very hard to kind of double up on that, to kind of do something that was equally cool, and I think she somehow managed, and this piece is exceptional. I love the idea that everything is white, a white snowy owl on a white background during a snowstorm, and then the only point of light is actually the wings of Morgana Strata trying to fight against these colossus. So yeah, let's say she's not the favorite in this particular encounter.
She's strong, but
And by the way, there was some people who were asking me, if you are a fan of the Household lore and know the character, who would win in a battle between Valentin Dulamp, the Grand Captain of the Golden Backs of the Great Imperial Army, of the realm of the house, so the leader of the inside forces outside of the house, and of course the commander of the Fury, Morgana Stralta. So we've got Valentin Dulamp and Morgana Stralta, and I always say that it's basically asking who would win between Mike Tyson and Son Goku. That's the comparison. Like, Morgana Stralta is stupidly strong. It's an Imperial Fae, got butterfly wings, fly like no other Litlings can fly. Possibly the only Litling who's as strong or almost as strong as Morgana would be Ludmillen, the Silver Star of the realm. But still, Ludmillen, he is not in his prime, as you know. He's probably the oldest living Fae right now.
We don't know if it's older than the Empress Titania. I think so. But Titania is very beautiful, so maybe it looks a little bit younger than her age. I don't know. But yes, we are talking like, I think, several centuries old.
Yes.
Ludmilla, it's very, very old.
So there's that, so possibly Morgana, I think it's safe to assume that she's the strongest Litling in the house and outside that we know of right now. So if someone got a chance against Typhon, a beast that comes directly out of ancient legends, a beast that it's an herald of the night, that's Morgana, but still, it's a bit of an unfair fight. And your character will have, their role in this, of course, so much will depend on you, but I don't want to spoil too much about the saga of the Long Winter. So yeah, we are very close to unlock this. But after this, we will have another stretch goal that's going to be a little bit far away. So it's going to be at 75k, 25k away. You know that usually we like to have very narrow,
narrow.
A lot of stretch goals. Like every 10k, we like to put a stretch goal, but this time we really can't overdo because
Yes,
the books.
we want everybody who bought household to have the same experience and same stuff. So since a lot of stuff is already made, it's hard for us to add stuff. It would be unfair, etc.
Yeah,
But
it's-
we find a way to add something extremely cool for everybody.
It's something that we've been debating on whether we should do it because we are keeping adding pages, we are keeping adding work basically, and it's taking us all summer to finish all the additional stuff that we put inside Household Volume 2, which I always like to remember ended up being 120 pages longer than what we sold during the campaign. So you can see that there was a little bit of work there. So, but we noticed something with the saga of the Long Winter / Winter Never Ends. And what we noticed is that there were 29 playable characters in the saga because there were 28 characters. 20 originally 24 of them
Yes.
were are characters that are actually part of the saga as they were in Household Volume 1, and and 4 of these 28 characters were actually what we call wandering characters, so characters like Achilles or Vega from the Household Guide that you can insert in any storyline that are not specifically tied to any storyline. But during the previous campaign, we unlocked Elsie, as you may remember. Do I have an Elsie? She's here. Yes, Elsie, and Elsie was a character that we made directly with you during the final live stream. So this brought the grand total of the characters to 29, which is something that it's been bugging us for the last couple
A
months.
lot.
So, all this to say that we have decided to start working on a 13th,
Three.
so on character number 30.
It's impossible for us to pronounce certain words. Sorry.
So we have
Hi, Grelo.
decided to add, hi Grelo, welcome back, to add a 13th character. And so our next stretch goal at 75k will be a 13th character that we are already working on because we are feeling confident.
Yes.
Because we are going to print like at the end of next month, in a month we are going out to the printer, so we'll have to be extra fast to make it in time. And so yes, if you know the saga, if you know how Household works, you know that we are very passionate about our pre-made character, which are not your usual pre-made character. They are the best way to convey the lore, to convey the options that you can we actually put a lot of thoughts and a lot of love in our pre-made characters, and they are not like your human fighter standard name.
History, they are tied to the lore. It's also a way for us to expand in certain very specific aspects of the lore of the house and the relationship between different folks, different nations. We got a lot of people with a very troubled history, and it's useful for us to talk about the story and all the mercenaries, how the mercenary life is, what's like to be a deserter of the army or whatever, what it's like to live outside and have to work day after day to gather resources. It's a way for us to have space to go deep into some more smallest aspects of the lore that I think are very, very useful when a player is actually playing, because you have a lot of examples of how to live your life as littling, what happens, what drives littlings, etc. That just for say that we really love our characters and their pros.
Just take these 4 soldiers that we have on our side here. From top we got Keelan Oakstone, who is a gnome, and an ex Redcap.
Redcap.
So he was part of the Redcaps, which were the army of the Citadel of the Gnomes. And as you can see, he's still wearing the red hat, because as they
As
say,
a proud veteran he is.
once a Redcap, always a Redcap. The axe that he is wielding, the boomstone that he is wielding, is actually made from the stone of his own son, who died during the Household War. Because it's a thing that during the war period, the gnomes, when they die, gnomes become stone. They return to the stone, and they use their beloved one to build a weapon during the war period.
Second
oldest
playable
card.
character in all the Long Winter Saga.
And then we got on the right Nadia Vokos. Nadia is a sider of the army of the Seelie. So she's got these 2 scythe bone sword made out of the rib cage of a little bird. And she's fearsome warrior. She was on the other side of the fall of Feriev, what she considered the conqueror of Feriev. She's
amongst the soldiers that conquered the city of Feriev in the epilogue of the volume 1.
So she offers us kind of a point of view on the other side of the window and on the other side of history, which is something that I always love doing and finding in the books. Then we got on the opposite side Tentomushi Soya, or Soya of the clan Tentomushi, who is a samurai whose clan is fallen in disgrace, and he is trying to restore his clan's name, basically. And Soya is the tallest littling, tallest playable
By
littling. By far.
Taller than Tubo,
Tubo, if
which
you know.
was the biggest guy. It's even bigger than our dear friend Tubo of World 1.
And on the bottom, of course, we got Gemma Reed, fan favorite, sister for hire, used to be a mercenary, now she's fighting for the independence of the Brambles, and the Brambles are an actual, bush of brambles outside of the house where the Barghest live, and the Barghest do not want to bow basically to the realm, to the Tsarina Arkadia Oberonovna, because she's
rediscovered her roots because she was born outside, and then she moved very little inside the house where she worked as a mercenary. Now she rediscovered her roots and meets some of the actual Bramble rebels, and decided to join the fight after living so many years as a sister for hire. Now she is fighting for something bigger than herself.
And there I have Gemma sister on my wall, because we had someone made the weapons, and there is here you can see a Kisket and Santiago's Lancetta. I always like to brag about my household weapons whenever I get the chance.
I know you want to see the new app because you haven't seen yet Hunters and Duelists. You didn't
no, the Duelists not yet.
Well.
But I can show you the criminals. Up from the top, we got, the thief herself, Sienna Blackwell, Always looking
Now
for
she-
troubles. Now,
Yes, she's expanded her action while she moved to the garden and became some sort of a smuggler.
a smuggler. Yeah, she's not. She
A
now
very
works
big
as a
one,
smuggler.
actually. Yes.
But she's doing a little bit. You know, she's you know, she got a good art. So right
Yes,
now,
she's becoming softer and
Yeah.
softer. She keeps helping people with asking nothing in return. She's growing as a character since her adventure in House of Volume 1.
yes.
By Smooth Criminal. There are Smooth
And on the left, we've got Gunther Lichtmann, who used to be the secretary of Pierre de la Croix, our beloved diplomat of the realm, and now poor Gunther has lost every last
Polar-
Cree he got, has lost all his money, and now he works as a servant for the only nobleman of the rushes of the backyard who was desperate enough
Enough.
to take a stranger as their servant. And of course, I'm talking about Soya Sama here. So, Soya, the most honorable, the strongest, the most determined littling ever lived, will have Gunther Lichtmann
Servants such
as a
as
servant.
your beloved Gunther, the most despicable liar among all the characters. And what a journey Gunther will in the backyard. You cannot even imagine.
You cannot begin to fathom the destiny
No,
that
the
awaits
magnitude
Gunther.
of the quest.
We were telling this to ourselves before the beginning of the live stream. We cannot believe the arc that a character like Gunther did among these years. And next to Gunther, we got a wandering character, so someone who's not actually part of the saga of the Long Winter, but that you can use however you like. You can put it in any kind of quest, use it as an NPC, use it as a playable character, and he's Pascal. And Pascal, or formerly known as Lieutenant Pascal de Marteau of the Great Imperial Army, has been accused of being a three-starred, so a nationalist terrorist of the realm. And
Wrongfully.
wrongfully, yes, was wrongfully accused and was processed and found guilty during the Tour trials. So yes, he's now basically, he's a criminal, he's a fugitive, he's a bandit because he escaped an unjust punishment. Because he was not a three-starred, but he found out that he was actually working for a three-starred. That yes, that his direct superior was a three-starred, and that's why he got, he was processed. But also, he has this kind of guilt because he was working with the three-star, and maybe he should have asked more questions.
He could
Maybe
have done something. He could have stopped something. He just followed orders, but thinking about his life, he now understands that he being more present and more honorable in some way. So he's out in the garden, living as a bandit, but purchasing this trial of redemption, this redemption arc somehow. He's trying to both clear his name, of course, but also to repay for all the good that he didn't done when he had actually had the chance.
so. We've got a character that is
It would be very cool in a duet with Alexandria,
Yes.
of course.
Is a character that is trying to get accountability for what he could have done, like.
Yes.
And then at the bottom we got possibly the best character in this saga, who is
The oldest.
and the oldest. I always like to say to people that the mustache is actually his mustache. It's not part of the mask, as many people think. And he's Jiroku Sensei, and Jiroku is one of the last living ninjas of the garden. So it will be he will be an extremely cool character to play, because we live in a world where ninja no longer exist, where they were kind of disbanded. And in the household world, ninjas were kind of Zorro, were
Good
kind of
vigilante that fought the corrupted nobles and samurais in the name of the people, the common folk. So they protected the common folk against the strength and the rudeness of the corrupted elite.
But now that some evil littling like the Anjin daimyo Theodore Knox are trying to take advantage of the common folk, the
Ninjas
Russians will
are
need
coming back.
the Russians will need their ninjas, and ninjas will come back.
A little bit older, maybe, but wiser, hopefully.
Of course, and I can say that he doesn't feel his own age, because if you take a look at Jiroku's character sheet, he's like
It's unbelievably
killing
strong.
machine. Yes, it's an acrobat, very athletic, very strong.
With all the ninja items, with a lot of stuff.
He will do some damages in all senses. But among all these amazing characters, if we reach 75k with this campaign, you will also have the 13th character, a character that will bring balance with an even number and don't leave us with a 29. Now this is, I repeat it if you weren't here at the beginning of the live stream, this is a dangerous call that we are taking because the campaign is going better than expected at start, and we want to try and give people something meaningful, and this is what we can actually give to both people that already backed the original household and people who are backing it now. This is actual gaming content that we feel confident that we can deliver in time for everybody, and so we decided to try. But it's it's not guaranteed that with 75k.
I will try with all our might. Chloe is just all over the moon. Rocks is that it's not Duncan Rocks. I can say it. Duncan Rocks may appear, maybe, if you want.
We don't know.
There's some hint here and there.
This guy is actually a Barghest, and
Yes.
I believe you can tell.
By the physique,
Yeah, and by the
the thorn whip.
thorn,
Thorn whip.
yeah,
Thorn whip.
the thorn whip, we discussed with Daniela, and Daniela felt like there was the need to have another hot Barghest, male Barghest, because we already have Lachlan, but Daniela thought that since we have a lot of Boggarts in the heart, because there's Shiro, and there is of course Sienna, and there is Gwen and Humphrey, we decided that we needed another hot Barghest. We came up with a very cool concept, because he's going to be, I can say that he's going to be a kind of a cowboy, a mouse boy, if you want.
Probably
as you can tell.
See by the shape.
But the idea behind this character is that he will only, and that's what clicked with us, make us love this character, he will only and only use salt boxes. So he will not use the pepper box, which is the pepper shooting gun, which is a highly effective gun in the world of household.
So you just use non-deadly weapon.
Non-lethal weapon. He will not kill. So I really like the concept of a non-lethal cowboy, because it when we thought about this, he reminded us of a little bit of Vash the Stampede from Trigun, if you want. So kind of smiling gunslinger,
and it's very strong in everything,
but doesn't want to kill you.
Decided never to cross a try. It's up to you, of course.
So
Never to cross the line, never to just come back and go. She has not such a problem.
So yeah, that's kind of a unique character. I'm glad you appreciate it. I'm glad that you like it.
We clicked immediately with this idea of a very different character. Basically because he's a Vargas, born and raised. So he lived in the most dangerous, we stated a lot in House of Volume 2, if you read the beta, it's the most deadly, the most dangerous, the most perilous place in all the garden, which is already much more dangerous than the inside. He's one of the sides with the rebels, so they are constantly under the attack of the sheriff on Netzagan. And so it's all the reason to be like a ruthless character, but he decided for
a number of reasons.
For a number of reasons that I hope we will manage to explore. Thanks to the stretch goal, to be different, to just use salt boxes, to never kill. It's something that really spoke to us.
And it's sometimes it's hard when you have to add a character. There's so many ideas, because we already have 29, but we have 29 more ideas for additional characters, and so you start wondering should be what folk or what profession, and there's always the risk that you end up doing like the missing piece, like okay, maybe we don't have enough gnomes or salamanders, so we should do a female salamander, and it's always something that is very lazy to do, but of course it makes sense because you need that, you do that. And what we were trying to do, we said if we need to add a 13th character, there has to be
to speak.
Yes,
it would need to be an interesting character, to add something,
exactly,
to give something that nobody else among the characters, and we found this.
But of course there's Daniela who wanted to do a hot Vargas, so there's also there's also the artist who got an idea. We realized, I have to say, when Daniela said that there is no many characters in that are really rooting for the Brambles, so it was a no-brainer for have someone who's actually fighting with the rebels in the Brambles. But still, we got duelists, we got hunters. There's already Humphrey, who's kind of a cowboy, and then we got this idea of okay, he's not going to kill anyone, he's only going to shoot salt, and that was what clicked. So we get this idea of this very happy character, very positive character, and I think it will be a trope, but a weird trope, to have this kind of super positive, don't stress, everyone is worth of living kind of cowboy, rather than the usual, gritty and rugged cowboy. So I anticipate a lot of people are going to appreciate John, because his name is John. That I can tell. He looks like a John. I mean, it's not completely done yet, but he already looks like a John. And we didn't have a John. We have a lot of weird name. I think we needed a solid Bramble name.
What else to say? Thank you for the love of showing us in the chat. Thank you, Claude and Gaia. John, the simple John. And thank you very much, Grelo. Thank you. I think we are chatting for more than 40 minutes now. We also done more than 1,000 euros. So thank you to everybody during this live stream. So yeah, hopefully it's still going. We are very happy to be here. Just a reminder for all of you, the campaign will be live for another 9 days until next Friday. We'll end next Friday, so a little more than 1 week. And thank you for being here. Thank you to keep helping us spreading household all over the place. And see you soon, I think. I don't know when. We are very, very busy writing what's left to write and checking what's left to check of all the household books and stuff and art books and items. But you know us. We are always here 100% to ensure that this campaign still goes strong as it's doing, and all the rest of the work is done somehow in time.
But everything is looking great. And also I want to remind that next week you should receive the 1.0 version of Household Volume 2. So we finally out of the beta. Also thanks to many of you who are sending us typos and feedback on how to improve. And I said it before, I will say it again, please download the 1.0 before playing, because there's also some changes to the rules, some balancing, some feats, traits that changed. So it's better to have
a couple of
stuff. We keep adding and playtesting and doing stuff. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week at this point probably. Yes, and hopefully we can show you John by then. Bye.
Welcome to the household. Inside these walls, a hidden world awaits. A world of mysteries and marvels, of elegant balls and court intrigues. A world full of great dangers and even greater adventures. Embark on an amazing journey through vast rooms and hallways. Harness the power of contracts. You may be just a small littling, but you still have a chance to make history. Get ready for the biggest adventures in the world's smallest RPG.